Hi, people. Well, we're in it now. We are distance learning for the duration. So, no problem, but I miss you. Hopefully all is well. We're going to do section 10.3 in geometry. It's should be a quick video, so you don't have quite as long to watch. Let's go ahead and turn there. It's on page 674, section 10.3, and let's just get it done. Okay. So what we're learning today in section 10.3 is something called composite figures. Composite figures are shapes that you can divide, like weird shapes that you can divide into shapes that you already know how to get the area for. So that would be a composite figure, just a bunch of different ones put together in a weird thing. So let's look at example 1. Find the shaded area, round to the nearest tenth, okay? So we have that crazy looking thing, kind of like that, all right? And we have a 15 and a 12, and we have a 21, and we have a 27. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide this into shapes that we know how to figure out the area of, like a rectangle and a square or something like that. Figure those out and then add them together, okay? So you could do it several different ways. They happen to divide it right here, like this, okay? So if I know that this is 12 here and this whole thing is 21, that makes it so we can figure this out right here, right? So 21 minus 12 leaves us with, use your calculator if you have to, 9. Okay, so that guy right there is 9. All right, so if that is all, I think we're good to go now, right? We can figure out some areas and then add them together. So what we could do here is we could figure out the area of this top one right here, okay, by doing 15 times 12, right? That top one would be 15 times 12, which I think is 180. So 180 for that guy there. And then we can do this bottom one right here, and it's 27 by, we figured this out already, this was 9. So 27 times 9 would be this bottom one here. And 27 times 9 is 243. So now I know the top is 180 and the bottom is 243. And all I have to do is add those two together to get the total. So when I do that, I get 423. It looks like we're dealing with centimeters and it's area, so we're going to do squared. Okay? Questions? None? Okay, perfect. B, on example number 1, notice it's that crazy roundy shape. So what they did was they divided it into, well, I'll draw it. We might not do the whole thing, but I'll kind of get you started. Okay, so it's, oh boy, like this, like this, right? Kind of like this. Oh boy, sorry. Like this. All right, something like this, I think. Only it didn't have a line. That is a terrible drawing, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened right here. Okay, so they divided it into a triangle and then into a rectangle right here, right? So you could get the area of this triangle. You know this is 10.2. We know this is 3. We know from here to here is 7.8 right here. So if I do 7.8 minus this 3 right here, I'll be left with this amount right here, right? So 7.8 minus 3 is 4.8. So I know this is 4.8. Okay. What else did they give us in our figure? I don't think they gave us anything else right now, but we can get the different parts, I think, of what we need. Okay. So we know this from here to here is 3. This is going to be half of a circle. That's what we're going to do with there, okay? But before I can really go any further, I really need this length of this dotted line, right? Because I need it for actually quite a lot of things. So anybody have a thought about how I could get the length of this dotted line? Don't everybody talk at once. I can only listen to one person at a time. Pythagorean theorem, good job. Pythagorean theorem, let's look and see if they did it for us so we don't have to deal with that. Oh, they did, look, perfect. So Pythagorean theorem, they did for us, and they got this dotted line as 9. Remember 4.8 squared plus x squared equals 10.2 squared. They did that. They got 9. Okay, so now we can get this triangle, which is base 9 times height 4.8 divided by 2. When you do 9 times 4.8 divided by 2, you get 21.6. Then they could do this rectangle here, which is 9 times 3, right? 9 times 3. And 9 times 3 is 27. Now, thoughts on this thing here? Okay, good. So many of you knew just what to do. All right, so it's half of a circle. So we're going to do the area of a circle, but then we're going to cut it in half because that's only half of a circle right there. So pi times radius. Well, if I know this whole thing is 9, what's my